Christoph from Meeples Corner, and this is the second episode of our weekly news show. I will show you a few new games we have received this week, and I will point out 3 new interesting pre-orders we have put up on the website, and we will also take a look ahead at next week. Let us start with the new releases, and the featured new release of this week is Fort. It's a new game from Leder Games. They are well known for publishing Root, and Fort is a 2 to 4 player game taking roughly 45 minutes with a full player count. And in Fort you're playing children competing on the playground, building the best fort and having the most friends. And Fort is a deck building game, but with an interesting twist. You have a public yard in the middle of the table where you can get new cards from, but you can also steal cards from other players' yards. And the cards in the yards are basically the cards you can't play on your turn. So instead of putting them in your discard pile, they go into your yard where they stay for 1 turn, and other people can take them from there. So it's always important to choose which card do I really need to play and which cards can I allow to go in the yard with the risk that other people will pick them up. So an interesting game with an like Root, a fairly nice looking theme, but a lot of take that going on in the game. So definitely not a children's game. So that's Fort, our first new release. Then the second new release is a big box game that's already on the market for a year now. It was Smartphone Inc. There was a release at Essen last year, and this one is the new edition or new print run, finally available in the UK and the US, published by Arcane Wonders. And there's also the first expansion available, which we will get back in stock tomorrow. That's Smartphone Inc. Then we have the Newsfort Salmon deck, which is the second little expansion for Newsfort after the Place deck. And yeah, that's already in stock and can get ordered on the website. And one game that got released on Thursday, so yesterday, is Warp's Edge from Renegade Games. It is a solo game, a back building game, where you play a space pilot fighting his way through different waves of enemies, and it is the second game in the Solo Heroes series. The first game was called Proving Ground, and like Proving Ground, this game comes with an adventure book which allows you to play a kind of choose your own adventure campaign, and yeah, a solo game, so they are quite popular at the moment. And we have Time Stories Revolution, A Midsummer Night. That's a new case in the restarted edition of Time Story. Yeah, for fans who like it, certainly interesting. And another deck building game is Dark Knight's Metal. It is the quite popular DC deck building game from Cryptozoic, and it's a new set based on the Dark Knights comic. And we have a roll and write game. It is the Welcome to the New Las Vegas. It is based on the quite successful and highly regarded Welcome to, but instead of building your own neighborhood, you are building casinos in Las Vegas. So the same principle, but a slight twist in the theme and the background of the game. And then we have another arrival from Thursday that came as a bit of a surprise. I haven't read much about it, but is the Farmers Market expansion for last year's Minecraft board game. That's available from today, and it adds a new way to score in the game. You can grow and sell vegetables on the farmers market. So that's the farmers market expansion. And then we have Troy's Dice. That's the roll and write game based on the popular board game Troy's from Pearl Games. That will release on Friday. We sold our initial stock out to pre-orders, but we will get a real stock early next week, so there's stock available early next week for you to order. Good. These are the new releases, and now to the new pre-orders we have on our website. Okay, now to the new pre-orders that have gone up on the website. The first interesting one is the Robinson Crusoe treasure chest. It is basically a box full of all the promos they have released for the old edition of Robinson Crusoe, and it's now reworked for the new edition of Robinson Crusoe, so fully compatible with the 2016 edition. And the second interesting new pre-order is Dune Imperium, which is a deck builder by the makers of Clang, and it is based on the popular Dune universe. And it was supposed to come out in December together with the release of the new Dune movie. The movie has been delayed until next year, but I've read on Board Game Geek that the publishers are still aiming to release the deck building game before Christmas, so hopefully they will stay with this. And then the third new pre-order is Rocketman. It's a game published by Phalanx and designed by Martin Wallace. The game is a deck building game where players are entrepreneurs competing in a race to be the first private explorer in space. So a bit like Elon Musk and Richard Branson. Good. Then the last part of the video is the look ahead to next week, and next week will be a really good week for new games. We have confirmed from Asmodee UK that we will get 1565 St. Elmo's Play. That is the new historical card game based on the 1066 rule system, and it's about a siege of Malta in 1565. Again, artwork really nice, and the rule system of 1066 was really nice, so that's a game to look forward to for fans of historical games. And we have the next game that's coming in next week is Mysterium Park. It is a shorter and streamlined version of the cooperative game Mysterium, so probably a good game for Christmas when we can play some cooperative games with the family and they're not supposed to take too long or are too complicated. Then the third new game coming in next week is the Christmas edition of Patchwork, which is the normal Patchwork game, no changes in the rules or anything, it's just different artwork and Christmas based artwork and theme. And then the last one, the big game, is Pandemic Legacy Season 0. It has been confirmed for next week. It is already sold out to pre-orders, so there's no way that I can take new orders at the moment. We're trying to get more stock in, but at the moment it's quite difficult to tell when this will be happen. But we will send out emails with the payment requests to everyone who has a pre-order in place on Monday, so we can start shipping the pre-orders from Tuesday morning. Okay. And in addition to these 4 new games, we will also get restocks of Point Salad and Watergate, both very popular card games, and we will get a restock of Nemesis, the big sci-fi alien game. That's the 2020 reprint, and it will be the retail edition, so we won't get any Kickstarter extras. But for this one, we still have a few copies left, so if anybody is looking for Nemesis, we can still take orders for it. Okay, that's all for this week. See you all next Friday. Bye.